What's up, Toronto? What's up, Canada? What's up, UK, America, and all of the citizens of the Arana Nation from around the world? This is your man, Michael Arana. Before I begin with this video, let me just say something about my great city of Toronto, my hometown. You notice I'm wearing my Raptors hat. We have made history, and I remember when the Raptors were created back in 1995. And it was a pipe dream for many people, but we clung on to the hope that one day this day would come when we would win the NBA championships. And 24 years later, let's see, I'm 26, so 25, 24 years later, Toronto Raptors have done it. And I know that they're going to be all them old crusty old people. Oh, well, we should be focused on, what's happening to Canada, and, this country's falling apart, and we're all worried about the Raptors winning, and I'm trying to sleep, and you guys stop celebrating and cheering so loudly. I mean, I understand all of that, and I do believe that, but you know something? There's a time and a place for everything, and certain things that bring our community together, especially in this era when this world is so divided and when there's a lot of people being misled by people who would like to take us over and take our freedoms. And I'm going to talk about that in our video. It's nice when these things can bring us together. So, like it or not, I'm celebrating it. And I love the Raptors. I've always loved the Raptors. Ever since I was a little boy, I have loved the Raptors. And Kawhi Leonard, you need to come to Canada, okay? Come on over. Stay in Toronto. You want to live in Bridle Path? You want to live in Rosedale? You want to live in North York? Move here, okay? You have done us so proud. You have been a hero for this country. You've done something that, well, most Canadians don't do. I mean, it's a shame we don't have more Canadian players on the Raptors team. I hope that will change one day. But stay in Toronto, Kawhi. Just do it. Just stay. Anyway, let's get on to the story that I want to talk about. And remember to make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and please donate, okay? Because I have many people complaining about the sound and, the lighting and all sorts of stuff like that. So if you want to... If those things bother you, then subscribe so I can get better equipment. So Justin the Tacky and Mackdaddy Trudeau has now decided that he's going to ban all plastics in Canada. Never mind the point that, plastics have a lot of benefits to them when it comes to recycling them. They can, when recycled properly, plastics can fix the potholes in roads. They can actually be used to make new roads and new infrastructure. I think that the government should, what they should do is encourage that kind of stuff because it can be done instead of using equipment that is bad for the environment when fixing roads and infrastructure. Use recycled products. That's what they do in Scandinavian countries. But this is all just a big political ploy, and people aren't buying it. In fact, people are mocking Justin the Tacky and Mackdaddy Trudeau. He talks about he drinks water from boxes and all this sort of stuff like that. But the thing that really is concerning to me, and we're going to pay for it, I think, and not even I think, I know we're going to pay for it, is that it seems as though the government is so preoccupied with banning plastics. Which, keep in mind, plastics play a big role in our life. As I said, they are used to make all sorts of different things. And it's used when you recycle the plastics. And that's good. That's good for the environment. When you recycle plastics and you reuse it to make something else, it's better for the environment. It doesn't go in our waters. It doesn't go in our oceans. And fish don't get wrapped up in it and all that sort of stuff. But no, we're going to ban all of it. I don't know how we're going to do that, but he just says we're going to do it. I mean, I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how you can replace an entire piece of equipment. What are you going to replace it with? It's almost impossible to do. I don't know any other countries that's done that. But we're so preoccupied with this whole thing, and we really are not paying attention to the fact that as we speak, ISIS fighters who have been fighting for ISIS they've been pretty much defeated out there in the Middle East. I think that the refugees need to be heading on back now because the war is pretty much over. Go back to Bashar al-Assad, He's a great leader as far as I'm concerned. Go back to him. But the thing is that they're coming back and our government is allowing them to come back. They're allowing them. So it's almost like we are more afraid of straws than we are of ISIS fighters who have been doing nothing for the past few years but throwing gays off of buildings, chopping people's heads off, blowing things up, planning to blow things up, murdering people. And we're bringing these blood-soaked criminals, these killers, back into our streets. Just walk around the streets of Toronto, walk around the streets of Montreal, walk around the streets of Calgary, walk around the streets of Halifax and Vancouver and Edmonton and Saskatoon and all over the place. It's all right. You can go to a rehabilitation program. It's okay. I mean, these guys literally have hatred in their hearts. Like deep-seated hatred. I mean, if you're willing to kill people, if you're willing to chop people's heads off and throw gays off of buildings, and you're willing to bring these people back and say, oh, a simple rehabilitation program will solve everything. I was watching last night the celebrations in Toronto with the Raptors winning and all this stuff. And I just said to myself, really? I don't know if you... I was actually thinking of going there last night to the Jurassic Stadium, or Dundas Square, with a friend of mine. First of all, I was very tired from work. But secondly, I thought to myself, something, these large crowds in such a big city, especially in these times when we're bringing back ISIS fighters, you don't go catch me dead there. You ain't gonna catch me there. You'll probably catch me dead there if I go there. I ain't going there. You must be out of your damn mind. What, you crazy? You crazy? And next thing, some bus, some truck or something come rolling down the street, tear everybody up. I mean, that's stuff that's going to happen. It's going to look at the gay pride parade that's about to take place. I mean, the gay pride parade is about to take place. Now, we're allowing people into this country who believe that throwing gays off of buildings is a holy act, and they've been doing it for the past. When did this war start? Back in 2011, 2012? They've been doing this in 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 7 years now, 7.5 years now. And now we're going to just bring these individuals back, no punishment, no consequences whatsoever, no Guantanamo Bay, no concentration camp, no nothing. They just come, you go to a rehabilitation program and you're done. Listen, I've said this in previous videos. People who are that determined to kill and who have just lost a war and have probably lost a few friends in the meantime are even more angry now than they were when they got there. So now they come back, they go to the rehab program, they'll go along with it because they're planning their next attack, okay? This isn't an army we're talking about. These are individuals. This is a group of ragtag individuals. And it's not all Arabs either. Many of them are white folk. Many of them are black folk who converted to Islam. And so now they're gone. They're going to the rehab, and they go every week, every month, however it is. And they say, I'm cured. I'm cured, doctor. I'm cured, preacher. I'm cured. I'm cured. You can let me go now. I'm cured. I'll never kill another infidel again. I'll never throw another gay, homosexual off another building again. I won't even think about it. I will love gay people. I love Christians. I will love Jews until the day I die. I'm cured. The fool is going to go next few days and he's going to go blow something up in the meantime, okay? That's what they do. They're cunning like that. I don't know what is going on here. We're more afraid of straws and plastic, and we're more willing to declare a climate emergency than a state of emergency. Something that really should be declared if these people are going to come back and they're going to pretty much be free after doing what they're doing. And I think the government knows this. They know this. But I made this other video where I said, look, the government is doing this. They're determined to push this whole climate thing. And I'm not saying I don't believe. Listen, I'm not like that. Okay, I believe that man can cause the climate to act any kind of way. Okay, but they are so determined to take away more of our freedoms, more of our private land, and more of our money. And they're going to do it by manipulating the problems with the planet. They're not going to plant more trees. They're not going to say, listen here. Fossil fuel companies, every month they have to plant a tree. Any tree that gets chopped down, replant it back again. You know, they're not going to do that. They're not going to say, look, gas stations. It's very simple. Every gas station, you have a responsibility to put an electric power station in front of your gas, in your gas station. Replace all the gas with ethanol, all of it, and make sure. And car companies make sure that that the car can take ethanol and electricity. Give them two options. Make sure the car can go fast enough. Problem solved. And decommission every single gas guzzling car on the road. You know, in the next few years, every car would be ethanol or electric run. They're not thinking of these things. I just thought of that. That's perfect. Okay? No, they don't want to hear about that. In fact, I hear some people now be even bashing ethanol because they don't want to go down that route. No, anything that's not going to take more of our land away, take more of our money away, and take more of our freedom away, they don't want to hear about it. They don't want to hear about it. The only reason they're even advocating electric vehicles is because the subsidies that they give away with our tax dollars, and we pay it. We pay for it. More of our tax dollars. That's the only reason. If there was no subsidies, they wouldn't want to hear about it. You hear how many people are bashing ethanol now. It's one of the cleanest alternatives to fossil fuels, and people are bashing it because it doesn't take away more of our freedoms, our money, or our land. That's the three things that the globalist New World Order people want from us. That's what they want. That's what Justin Tacky and Mackdaddy Trudeau wants. That's what Theresa May wants. Let's talk about Theresa May now. Let's talk about that one. She's another one. You know what she's doing now? She's resigning. Theresa May, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. You British folk are going to love this. I've gotten a bunch of British fans now. You guys are going to love this. She's now trying to control the consumption of meat, of dairy, not dairy, meat, beef. She's trying to control that. You all can't eat as much beef. I was watching British television the other day. And I had this one Indian woman come up here. I think she was arrested for something. I don't know. I can't remember her name. But she said, yes, we do want to force people to become healthier. So you're going to control what people eat now. You're controlling what we eat. You're controlling. That's what they're doing. That's what this plan is. They want the UK to be completely fossil fuel free by 2050. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen because people. That's not going to happen. That will never happen. But that's a warning for the UK. You all are in for some serious dose of land grabs, money grabs, and freedom grabbing. You all are going to be told by your government, don't eat meat. You might get arrested. One day you guys might get arrested for eating meat, beef. I'm telling you, those days might come. I mean, look at what's happening in California. They're now trying to control cows passing gas. I mean, how can you do that? Like, this world will never rid itself of carbon. You can't do that unless you kill every single human being, and I think that's going to happen. That could very well happen. The final solution, just round people up, put them in concentration camp, starting with the poor folk, then the black folk, then the Asian folk. I mean, it's going to happen. I think that those days are coming. I mean, things are getting sicker and sicker and sicker. So when I hear these politicians talking about climate, I get worried. Not because I don't want to care for our planet, but because I know what their real motive is. Just like the neocons used terrorism and 9/11 to take away the freedoms of the American people and the British people and all people, to take away their freedoms with the Patriot Act and the Guantanamo, the wiretapping and all that stuff. Just like they did that, the leftists and a lot of the right-wing people, the center-right people, are using climate change, global warming, global cooling, whatever you want to call it, to take away our freedoms, our money, and our land. You mark my words. This is the Rana Nation.